Today on Crazy Car Projects, we are working on the Cherokee.
Yep, trying to figure out where the fuel line has failed so that I can get better gas mileage.
Yes. A little bit better gas mileage anyway.
Yeah, but the goal is to get it where it's not dumping fuel everywhere so I can move this and work on something else here. We're doing Kia. I've got a booster, but I have a feeling that I'm going to be playing musical master cylinders for a little while, so I don't want it taking up the shop bay.
We're about to test to see if this thing starts, and yeah, I had to get a look at the spider web.
Been sitting since March, I think.
Yeah.
July.
It's almost August. So that's probably a no.
Yeah, probably gonna have to use starter fluid. And there's ants. We have ants. We have ants.
We have ants.
Come look at the ants.
No uncles, just ants?
All ants.
They are not happy. They didn't even bring the uncles. You are about to be evicted.
Wakey juice is off. Just a little bit. Little wakey juice is all good.
Whatever you blew away, I don't think it's grass. If you understood that.
And the filter filter. I mean the gasket.
So, now you're going to identify where the leak is from?
Should be able to pretty soon. I'm going to try to see if I can tell where the fuel is leaking. I can't look directly because it's dumping a lot of gas.
So we're running it a little bit, then we're going to try to see if we can find out where the fuel is coming from. We did roll it forward a few inches as well.
Coming from above the frame. But it depends on where we're at above the frame, whether it's hard line leaking or if it's soft line leaking. If soft line's easy. If it's hard line, then I need to put more soft line on.
That'll work, I suppose. Ready, goodbye, little guys. I think they're just laughing at it.
Oh, probably. This stuff's ancient.
Too much. Now they're just running around with their eggs trying to hide them. There's ant bait right there, he said.
Well, I don't normally park cars over here. For some reason, anything you park here gets ants.
Still raining ants?
It's still raining ants.
Should you record it?
I don't know if I want to record it. I hadn't seen one drop in the. As soon as you hand me the camera, they quit dropping. Nope, there's one. This return line right here is what was leaking. Got the clamps off. Just going to cut it off with a razor on each end and then put a new piece in. There's not much to see.
There's a couple.
I'm not sure. It was leaking from here along the hard line, so the hard line could be split to the soft line. Oh, this soft line's pretty rotten. So
I suppose there's only one real way to find out, isn't it?
So it's 5/16 fill line. You can see that? Can you turn that?
Yeah, you can see that right there.
Alright. Which is interesting because the replacement 5/16 fill line is a whole lot thicker than the original. So, yeah, it's a lot bigger fuel line. than what that is.
Yeah. Maybe it's going to be more durable.
That's actually sized like the 1/4 inch here. So I will
Remember, it's all about the inner hole, not the outer hole.
I know it. But I'm wondering if this is part of the problem, was this was way too big, so it never sealed real good. And as the rubber dried out, it got way too loose.
So we're going to try 1/4 inch first and see if that fits better?
I'm going to see if the 1/4 inch will fit it.
Okay.
It's perfect, 1/4 inch hard line. So that fits perfectly, so that'll make a lot better seal than that 5/16 had. This is probably what they had. I cut a little donut off the end of the new line just as a test fitter, which I'm going to wipe off and stick in there so I can use it as a test fitter again. And I've got gasoline all down my arm. It still smells like fresh gasoline.
Hey, it's an advantage.
Stabilizer worked.
Yes, that's one way to test it. Not a preferred method to test it, but
and I probably don't need the 5 foot of extra line they had on this line this time, because that was that far under the hard line, and that was that far under the hard line. I don't need that much.
No, because you're using a soft line that fits.
Still do extra, but not that much. About like that.
Yep, so we're cruising right along. Okay, ant check real quick. Looks like the little suckers are gone.
Spent more time fighting with the ants than I did with the fuel line.
Yeah, that you did. There.
All right. So I can hold this now. Is there a light? There's a light.
There's a light. It's going.
Alrighty. So I got the fuel line in there, as you can hopefully see, maybe. But it still ended up being longer than I needed. And I know it did not need to go around that cable, but it went around that cable. Because, yeah, it'll just live that way for now. But it's on. Not ideal, but it's on.
Well, on this side, we got a bit more activity than we did on the other side, as you can see.
There was more ants on that side.
Yeah, true. This is probably the side they came in on.
Let's see if it dumped fuel everywhere after I started.
Yep. Looks like we're about to start her up.
See a little wake up fluid, and then it runs beautifully. Now if I could just get the transmission, the whole transmission fluid.
Ah, it's just a rear main.
Rear main, front main, all mains.
That's not hard.
Everything but the pan. The pan's good. And I have improved the fuel economy. There's no waterfall of fuel anymore. So don't go chasing waterfalls.
So you mean to tell me you're going to get more than 3 gallons a mile?
Yeah, I might get 4.
We're supposed to go in the other direction. We're supposed to get 4 miles a gallon.
Details. On transmission fluid or on fuel?
Yes.
I have a solution to the transmission problem.
Oh?
I mount 2 55-gallon drums of transmission fluid up here. I can go forever.
This is why we don't have a welding kit. It is quite literally the reason why we don't have a welding kit.
They keep wanting me to learn to weld and get welding stuff. Then they realized what I would do with welding.
Yes. These are the things you would do. Like your truck, your Gladiator in there. You would just weld 2 55-gallon drums on top.
No. They're going to be an injection system. And they're going to be attached with airbag detonators so that if I have an accident, it launches both 55-gallon drums away from the truck. Everyone else is screwed, but I'm good.
This is the reason why we won't teach you to weld. Get you a welding system, rather.
Oh, come on, it'll be fun.
That'll be fun once.
But got that fixed. Transmission, if I can, I will try to do more with the seal rejuvenator. The problem is run into is I get it in there, then something like that happens and it doesn't get driven. And then it gets horribly hot because if you look at it, of course no AC, but this one doesn't have the back windows. And because it doesn't have the back windows, it doesn't have a good vent through, and it's a black interior, this thing gets really hot and it does not ventilate well.
Yes, on these older cars, if you'll notice, that's the reason why they had these windows like this. They'd have vent windows in the back here. Yes. Yeah. Because the air is supposed to pull through. It comes through the induction coil here. It goes through. It's supposed to be a flow-through system.
Something's wrong here. It's not taking air good. Some air gets through, but not near what should. And I can't figure out what's wrong with it. And yes. I don't feel like taking the dash and everything out.
It's hard to get 440 AC when you don't.
When there's no airflow.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lack of airflow.
But that's why a lot of this 80s and on back vehicles didn't have air conditioning. It's because they were designed for airflow.
Yeah, it's one of those things. What these old cars were meant to have good airflow, and so you could drive it with the heat no problem. And when something gets messed up with the airflow, which there's new floor pans that were put in this, and I think when they put the floor pans, they may have partially blocked part of the air feed, so it's blowing under the truck now instead of blowing in the cab.
Entirely possible.
But I know it doesn't move air like it should. It doesn't move air like the old truck I have in there does, and the other old Cherokee I had. Yep. So it makes it a little harder to drive this time of year. But oh, yeah. Hey, it's running, driving. I'll put some more transmission fluid in it. I'm going to move it. Then probably truck will move over here, Kia will move here, and I'll start working on the brakes for the 5 billionth time on the Kia. Now we get to play, I got a booster, and I get to play, will this master cylinder work?
Yes, but for now this is another project finished.
Yep, so like, share, subscribe, and have a good one.
How are we feeling tonight under starlit skies? Tell me that you trust in me. How far can we go? Living like Bonnie and Clyde, watch our worlds collide.